Hi everyone. The focus of our micro video this morning is to learn how to hook in the reader as we recount an event. Now our job as the writer of a recount is to inform and also to entertain our readers, letting them have the chance to experience those same events with us as we recreate the scene in writing for them. Okay, so how can we actually go about attracting the reader's attention from the very start of a recount? And here are some suggestions. You could ask a question. For example, don't you just hate it when you're lying all warm and comfy in your bed and then along comes your pesky little brother and wham, you're forced to face the fact that for you the day has started. So in using a question like this, your readers are instantly invited to imagine and put themselves in your situation and think about how they might react or feel as well. A second method you may choose to use to hook in your reader is to use dialogue. This may sound a little familiar to you. An example: "Bing bong," came the cheery voice over the loudspeaker. "Come on everybody, we've got things to do and places to go." And thus, as always, began the last day of the school week. So there you can see that we're taking a typical piece of dialogue from a scene that you might write about and throwing your readers in at the deep end so that they can experience what's actually happening and what the words are that might be heard. The third method is to use a descriptive setting, so you're creating the scene in great detail for your readers. For example, the metal climbing frame towered above me, contrasting markedly with its calm bush surroundings. Birdsong echoed in the forest around me, as if the birds were unaware of the threatening man-made structure in their midst. So you can see that I'm trying to use clear and vivid description to set the scene so that your reader can place themselves in that setting. The fourth way in which we can attempt to hook in our readers as we recount events is to use figurative language, which we're more used to encountering in poetry, to create rich pictures for the reader. One of those examples of figurative language is onomatopoeia, and we might describe a scene by "rat-a-tat-tat went the pebbles as I threw them gently against my best friend's window. Would he never wake up?" Alternatively, we might use a simile where we describe one thing as being like another, with which it shares some attributes. For example, the metal climbing frame towered over me like a hideous twisted monster. We might use a metaphor where we describe one thing as being another. The overdue assignment hung over me, a dark cloud of worry and guilt. And finally, personification. We might describe a cold scene in which the icy fingers of the bitter east wind clutched at my clothing and bare skin. So there we're describing something that is not human as if it has human attributes and behaviours. The final way that we're going to look at today in which you might hook in and grab the attention of your readers is by describing your feelings and thoughts. And here we have an example. "My heart beat wildly in my chest as I contemplated what I had just done. My palms felt clammy and cold, and I fought a sudden, strong impulse to turn and run." If we were to sum up the feelings and emotions in this short piece of writing, we could probably say, "I was nervous," or "I was scared." But what we've done, and we'll be talking about this some more later, is we've actually shown you through what the body was doing and how the body was reacting to what was happening, rather than just saying, "I was nervous." So all of the things that the body is doing are evidence or signs of that fear and nervousness. Okay, so that's the final way that I'm going to give you a final suggestion for ways to gather or gain the interest of your readers. You can do those from the very start of your writing, and I'm sure that your readers won't want to put your writing down.